LRP is a government subsidized program that has been around for a long time, but in 2020 or 2021, they increased the subsidy and made it more appealing for producers compared to the Board of Trade or the CME. For feeder cattle, live cattle, hogs, it works the same as a put option, where you pay a premium for a coverage level and protect your livestock at a certain level with that premium cost. LRP can be a benefit for any livestock producer. Obviously, the benefits are going to be greater for the smaller producers who haven't had an avenue to hedge because they didn't have enough pounds to suffice a contract through the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, but any producer can use the LRP. We've seen anywhere from guys that do 5 or 10 head of feeder cattle all the way up into the thousands. We've seen every scale use it. The smaller guys are obviously finding it more beneficial than the guys that have been using the board for a lot of years and know that, but the guys that haven't had that avenue are finding a lot of value right now.
And the producers that don't have 40,000 pound contracts for cattle or hogs, it'd be a good tool for them because you can put risk protection on from one head up to the LRP max.
Right, and you can build your contract for the number of head and the weight, so you can tailor it exactly to what you have.
Correct. Yep.
For fat cattle and hogs, the price difference isn't very much. Using a put or LRP is going to be very, very similar cost-wise. The price is going to be more beneficial for you on the feeder cattle using LRP, plus it reduces your basis risk as they are offset against the cash market.
But with the LRP, Zach, it's trading different hours. So it's from 4:30 p.m. to 8 a.m. the next morning. That's the one big difference between doing a put option.
A lot of people or a lot of producers say, well, I'll never use that, or I don't need that in my operation. We never know when a war breaks out at midnight, or we have a bearish cattle on feed report or a bearish hogs and pigs report. If you have an LRP application on file, we can write LRP endorsements for you when the markets aren't open. So if there's some sort of world event or market mover after hours that is going to drive the price of livestock lower, we can still use LRP at today's close price to protect your cattle even though the markets aren't open. LRP is based on the number of weeks from today. The minimum amount of time that we can go from today is 13 weeks, and we can go as much as a year out. Unlike the board where there's contract months every 2 months or every month, with the LRP, it's a set amount of weeks from today. And that is how they figure the timeline on your expiration. So one of the biggest downfalls of LRP is there's no liquidity to the program. So if you put LRP on, you are tied to it to your end date. So if you decide you're going to sell your cattle as feeders instead of fattening them out, we can't get out of the LRP, and you only have 60 days on the front side of that contract expiration to sell your cattle. On the fat cattle side, say you have a LRP policy that expires the 15th of October and you sell them the 20th of September, we just have to ride that out until expiration. There are ways that we can trade around it with futures or options to help, mitigate the risk if there is a gain there, or try and capture that. But to truly get out and liquidate the position, we aren't able to do that.
When Zach mentions liquidity, he's basically taking the profit from the first hedge he put on. So if he was short feeder cattle and the market went down $5, he could buy back that contract to take that $5 profit and then get back in with a put, or if he wanted to continue with a hedge on.